Alright guys, and welcome along to my reviewing of FarmCon Day 1. It's a pretty interesting thing. Well, I've got my script, I've made a lot of notes and bits and pieces, got a lot of slides to look through. So, let's get into it. Right then, so, FarmCon. Ooh. At this current point, I have not seen the third day yet. So I've got that stream to watch later on, make some notes, and try and sort the video out for tomorrow. Hopefully this is coming out on the Saturday. It might be a case of all three coming out on the Sunday. But oh, what a thing. I hope you saw it. I hope you've enjoyed it. These are just the bits I've spotted. We'll go from there. So I do have a mechanical keyboard now, so it's very clicky. It serves a purpose. It is Razer though, it's kind of cool. An old Black Widow. But anyway, priorities. Gotta click the window. We don't click the window. There we go. Haha! So, Elm Creek, the new map. It is based on the American Midwest. It's supposed to be very flat. It doesn't look very flat on there. It's flatter, but not very flat. But it's just enough, I think. It looks cool. I like the hidden canyon. If you've not seen the hidden canyon yet, I do have a picture, but that looks awesome. There's also a ford through a river. Just little bits like that look so cool. I'm not sure how many pictures I've got here. Oh, it is going to change shortly though. I should have maybe marked them when I had them in paint after I snapped them all off the live stream. But yeah, they've done a lot of optimisations. Not square fields. Do we have examples of the not square fields? There's one to the left. I made my notes when I was listening to it. As it comes out of just pictures, it doesn't always match up. And the talk of a cellar, I'm guessing that's to do with the forklift. I have a picture of that as well. But yeah, look at these pictures. It is kind of flat, but there's just enough hills there to make it interesting. I believe there's some mention of that bit later on, or is that in tomorrow's? That could be tomorrow's. Everything's all blending. Yeah, it's tomorrow's. It shows about the occlusion culling, I think it's called, and how they've done that. It's very clever. But if it's something doesn't need to be rendered, so if there's something in between, then it doesn't render it. It frees up a load of system resources for more important things like playing games and keeping that FPS nice and steady. There's the canyon, and there's the field at the bottom. I can't remember the exact words they use in Limestream now. Natural flowing sort of fields rather than just a square stuck here and everywhere. But I've been waiting for Giants to do that for ages. Make fields like that. There's not much information on the hired worker out yet, but I did see something interesting in a picture of the roper, and that picture should be coming up shortly. And it's an open the AI menu, so I'm presuming there's some settings in there. It could just be harvester specific. We'll find out. But how cool does that look though? I'm guessing that's, I want to say autumn, but it's not quite as leafy as previous autumn ones. Now it is a 12-day season cycle, so I think every month of the year has a day. So I wonder if they slowly transition from autumn to winter. Like every day they lose a few more leaves, because we don't have the full pictures yet. But yeah, very cool. And that's obviously summary. Back in the canyon, so the canyon pretty much disappears amongst the trees. It's very Jurassic Park and it's cool. Oh, I love it. Not going to have fun getting much farming done down there. There's the ford. How cool is that? I really want to see day 3, because they talk about the sounds on day 3. I wonder if they've got water sounds when you're driving through and if it splashes. Oh, that would be so cool. They've made a big thing of this ford. It's popped up quite a few times in this particular stream showing it off. It does look good, doesn't it? And is that a willow tree on the left there? I don't think we've had willow trees before. I like willow trees. They just look so cool and laid back. There, roper. Aha! I knew he was in here somewhere. Top left, open AI worker menu. What's that about? Sounds cool, doesn't it? It does sound cool. I'm guessing that's one of the tutorial fields behind, because it's one of the old square favourites. But if you look at the bottom right, ooh, the gears, we've got shoal drive. Oh, I don't need to mod it anymore. That's one mod down. Hey. The New Holland CH770. I think they said this was a smaller one. I haven't really played with the bigger combines, but I'm thinking that's one to sort of fill a gap. I can't remember the name of it now. It's gone. I intend to use it on the Let's Play along as well. No, it's the white and red one. No, I'm not going to dwell. It's gone. But again, these fields on this particular one look huge. But this is the sorghum crop going into this combine here. But it does look very cool, doesn't it? Very cool. And we actually followed one of these around the other day close to my house. He was harvesting all the fields along the back road. And the kids were quite impressed. Seeing a combine up close and personal is definitely a thing. You don't appreciate it when you just see him driving past in the car. Yes, the little forklift truck. How cool is that? And talk about the cellars. You can get underground on some of these buildings. That is really cool. And again, open AI worker menu on a forklift. What that about? You see the gears thing again at the bottom again. It just seems like this is a shuttle, and it's like a CVT sort of old style farm sim gearbox. But more to be revealed on that one. Does look cool being able to go into little cubby holes like that though with them, doesn't it? They were talking about the barn as well. I can take the forklift in to store things. It's all multi-level. Very nice touches. Very cool. And there's a better shot. You can see like a dual carriageway motorway thing going on in the bottom right. That looks interesting. Because instead of just being a straight one, like it was Goldcrest, it just went straight across the map. This sucker bends. It's got an underpass and on-ramps, off-ramps. It's like Euro Truck. But again, the contours to the fields to the right, I think they're just sort of meadowish at the minute. It doesn't really transfer the best example over on the left, when these are still pretty square compared to that little horseshoe one we saw. But it does look so cool. It just looks more alive. Right there. A few more rounded edges. Now it'd be interesting to see what the hired workers come up with for this. I'm very interested, because Giants have always made the square fields because their own AI couldn't cope with the edges. Now if Giants are doing rounded edges, could it be? Because they did do a little cosplay thing on the mobile version. I think it was 18. You could call the tractor to you when you was driving the combine. So Giants have the capability of doing something along those lines. But they make these games, so they are pretty clever either way. Oh, we've got the dog running right. Where are you going, Fluffy? Go lay down. I think he's trying to get on his bed. His bed's currently got half the mic system on it. Please don't knock it. I've had enough trouble fighting mics. There's the field. I think that's is that the Ford just to the right? No, it's not. The Ford's further around. That's a cool bridge, so there's a picture of that later on. But that field there, how cool does that look? It'd be very interesting to see how the hired worker gets on with that bad boy. Look at the incline as well. They say it's a flat map. In a flat field. Here we go. Tutorial fields. Now these ones are square. Keeping it nice and simple. That's what they said in the live stream. But it's just a nice little... I don't know. It just looks cosy. I think that's the word, cosy. Because you've got all these trees in for this... is it occlusion mapping? I hope I'm saying the right word there. But it just breaks it up and it makes it look more real. But I'm from the UK. We have a lot of trees and smaller fields and contours and hills. I like it. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And we may be into the different farms. Yes, we are. They said in the corners of this map they've got different farms already pre-built for MP. So instead of having to go in and build your own farms up, they've already got them in. This is a nice touch. I think there's 4 or 5 of the suckers. That's another one. There's another one. That's another one. And that's one. You can see the cellar just next to the red sort of outhouse built on. You can get underground again. I like this underground. It's very cool. And one of the guys who's been responsible for this, I should have took a picture of him and got his name. Poor credits there. These are his favourite parts, he said in the live stream. So we've got the fuel garage. It's very cool. And I believe it is fairly close to the main farm as well. We zoom back. There. Top left. Is that the same one or is that a different one? I don't know. Could be the same one. The trees are different, it's not going to help. Either way, very cool. The grain mill. Ooh, there's information on the production chains there to come. Yeah, that's cool. I like what they've done there. It's just awesome. There, that's the one I was looking at. Yeah, it's not the ford, it's this little bridge over the water. I think it's a really old film. I remember seeing something similar. It was called The General. It was about a steam train. And I'm sure they sent their train through a shed like that on the rails. It's a good little film, that one. I think it's one of those silent movies. It's really old. I used to watch it with my gran when I was a kid. But it just brought back happy little memories like that. Stuff like that, it just makes you feel good, doesn't it? Little flashbacks from times long ago. And this little park bit here, that looks cool. I could have a lot of fun there, especially when I was a kid. I imagine my kids could have a lot of fun there now. I'm just guessing this is the bottom of that, the canyon part. You can see the stairs right at the back. The waterfall. I'm not seeing so many particles off that, so they might have toned it down a bit, made it look a bit more realistic. It's cool. Very, very cool. I'm going to say cool a lot because I'm really, really enjoying what they've shown. Alright, here's my best attempts at getting this split screen action going on, because they had like a swipe to show the difference. I can't really tell the difference between the pictures they've shown of spring and summer. The colours in the top right are spring, bottom left are summer. There doesn't seem much in it. It's supposed to be deeper, but I don't suppose there is really though. It transitions quite nicely. From that new leaf growth to full summer. Around here at the minute we're having a bit of a heat wave. The leaves aren't looking so full and green at the moment. But it's the next ones that really show it off. But I'm very interested in this transition, if it changes every month or every day sort of thing. There, you can really tell there, full autumn, gone brown, and then you get to winter. Now, but from that autumn picture there, those are looking like they're a lot leafier trees than what we saw in that picture earlier on. So I'm thinking there's more of a transitional stage going on, which again, so cool. It's not like 3 days of bright orange and then instant to bare branches. It sort of transitions. Ah, it's awesome, isn't it? I hope you guys are having as much fun with these live streams as I have been. Like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. What else you got? Right, into the crop calendars then. Because it's got the seasons bit on it. All the menus are down the left-hand side now as well. We haven't seen them all yet, I don't think. I'm looking forward to them, open them up though. You never know, I might see more on day 3. I haven't seen that yet. Woohoo! But yeah, the crop calendars. Interestingly, wheat, barley and canola are winter crops. In Giant's version of the seasons, you can't you can't do them as a spring crop. I think with the seasons mod you could. It's if you put them in beforehand it pauses it. I don't know exactly how it worked out with harvesting, yield and prices, but I think you have the option. Obviously in this one you don't, but you've still got plenty of stuff to stick in the ground come spring. So for cereals you've got oat and sorghum, and if we tick on again we'll get down to some new stuff. Yeah, sorghum, grapes and olives. They're looking like spring crops. Now the grapes and olives, they look cool. Some interesting tidbits coming out with them bad boys. I like the way they're doing them, but I think that's... I have seen it, so it's got to be tomorrow's video, or the next video for me. Day 2, that's what I'm going for. Day 2. Yeah, very interesting stuff to look at. And then we get the Snowplow from Giants. Be interested to see what they come up with that. It was mentioned, I think one of the questions, might have been day 2 as well, was on about missions, because when in the middle of winter there are going to be missions regarding clearing snow and stuff. And they said that mission system's not finalised yet, but that seed's been planted. See what they come up with. Ooh, I've got a note here. You can skip days. I suppose that's like the sleep feature, but you can maybe skip the winter. Don't know, not sure on that one. We'll find out, you can turn seasons on and off, which is a very nice touch. So if you want to play a giant, farm sim as it has been previously, you can. You don't have to do the 12-day season cycle. You know, just see how it goes. I like seasons, but it's having the time to actually put the effort in and play it and get somewhere. It slows the game down a lot. Like for the Let's Play along I'm going to do, I can't use seasons for that. I'd never finish it at least before FS22 comes out. And finally then, the last part of day one was a chat with Dr. Thomas Engel. He works for John Deere. He's the manager of technology innovation strategy. That was a bit of a mouthful. But he had a lot to say on precision farming. It is coming out again for FS22. It's going to be a second part. They're going to build on it and do a lot more. It's not going to be around straight away so far. It's coming after launch. Maybe that is on day one. I guess it's they're keeping their options open on that, so when it comes, it comes. But they've got the ideas of sort of a option to purchase a soil map instead of going around the field sampling it yourself. Get somebody else to do it, like hired worker sort of thing. Pay somebody else and they just give you it all back. Very nice. Then about weed control expansion. Just reading straight off my notes here. And trying to cut down the herbicides and the wastage. And just see and spray. A system called see and spray. If it sees a weed, it sprays it. And similar with fertilizer sensors. That's pretty advanced stuff to what FarmSim has given us over the years. It's a nice idea though. We'll see what they come up with. It's very cool. Further comments here then. Oh, there's another map we haven't seen yet, or I haven't seen yet. Maybe it's on day 3. Regional crop calendar. You can change it for modding. Modding is, well, for the base game they've got a lot of bits in there that you can tweak. Like it's I can't think what they call them now. For seasons you can buy little packs to change it for areas around the world. Seemingly you can be able to do that in the base game now, which is a nice touch. You can also get a crop calendar, do the same sort of thing. Objects disappear depending on the season. I think for the park bench they have barbecue. Pops up in the summer and snowmen pop up in the winter. That's a nice touch as well. But so far they've said as well 400 vehicles and tools. Wow. Already to tinker with and play with. It's going to be awesome. Is that my last that is my last picture. Dr. Thomas, thank you very much. So on that note then guys, what did you think of day 1? These are the bits I spotted. If you saw any more, please let me know in the comments. Can't wait to get day 2 out and go over that video again. I can't wait to see day 3. Oh, it's exciting. Well, on that then guys, I will see you in the next one. We'll catch you later. Laters.